So I was watching a short clip of Rafael dos Anjos working with his trainer, and I saw a couple of very interesting techniques. So I went back and I looked at his next opponent, Eddie Alvarez, to see how those techniques might apply to his next fight. And so today's video will look into those techniques and how they'll work specifically against Eddie Alvarez as an opponent.
So first we'll just take a quick look at the video before we break down a couple of the techniques. So one of the first techniques I noticed was Rafael coming forward with his punches. Then we'll see as his pad holder changes levels and kind of moves down, Rafael throws this nice short knee and then comes back to his hands. So this second technique I found was very interesting. As Rafael's coach changes levels, he also changes levels and steps in with this nice short elbow. So we can see as his pad holder changes levels, Rafael also changes levels and comes stepping forward with this nice short elbow. So after seeing these techniques, I went back and had a look at a few of Eddie Alvarez's older fights to see if anything in his game would warrant Rafael dos Anjos working on these techniques specifically. So the main thing I noticed when I went back and watched Eddie's older fights was that he sets up a lot of his attacks by changing his level and getting his opponent to react. So we can see him change levels again, drawing a reaction from his opponent. You can see him change levels again and then come in and attack. Another example, there's a level change, getting his opponent to react as well. You can see him change levels here, come with his hands and then come in for a takedown. So Eddie not only uses this as an offensive weapon, he also uses it when his opponent is coming forward. He changes levels and comes in for a takedown. You can see here against Michael Chandler, he's faking a few level changes, but as Chandler starts to pressure forwards and puts Eddie under pressure, we can see Eddie changes levels and try to close the distance and look for a takedown on Chandler. So I think that Rafael and his team have really gone back and done their homework on Eddie, and they've seen this part of his game, and this is the part of the game that they're looking to exploit. As Rafael presses forward on Eddie, they're expecting Eddie to change levels and try to close the distance and look for a takedown. But as he does that, Rafael's looking to change levels as well and catch him with either a knee or a timed elbow.
So as I come in on my opponent and I close the distance, I can notice him changing levels, and I'll change levels with him as well. As he changes levels and closes the distance, I can fire my knee. My second option, I come in, he changes levels, I'll change level with him and run him into that elbow.
So Rafael and his team have definitely gone back and studied film and seen that level changes are a big part of Eddie setting up both his offense and defense. So I think the key for victory for Rafael against Eddie will be disrupting his ability to change levels and attack. And he plans on using this by that nice short elbow and that or a knee. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and it gave you a little insight into how high-level UFC fighters might game plan for specific opponents. Cheers.